Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. How often you find yourself feeling stuck and unmotivated? Like you just don't want to do anything, but at the same time it's the worst possible state you want to be in. You want to move yourself, you want to do something new. You may feel stories about positive thinking and changing your behaviors, but just nothing can move you. How often you find yourself in that state? I wanted to make a video about it because in the past I found myself in that state so often. And I've learned to overcome that anytime. I've learned to overcome that, and that's what helped me to get to the point where I can make videos every single day wherever I am. I can be at home, I can travel. Actually right now as I'm filming this video I'm traveling, and I can motivate myself, I can inspire myself to share something with you, to create. And I'm doing art all the time, and I'm writing and I'm doing different things. So how can we shift ourselves from being stuck and unmotivated to feel inspired, to move on, to overcome any challenge, and to motivate ourselves? Because often people are waiting that motivation would hit them, but actually motivation is a byproduct of a certain change we do within ourselves, in our internal state of being. In science, motivation is called energy to take action. So if we want to feel inspired to take certain action, it means that we need to raise our vibration, so we will have more of energy to take action, right? And I think 5 to 10 years ago, there were motivational speeches were really popular, really popular on YouTube and in books and on different tapes and so on. But now we are looking for practical steps because we want to overcome the states which we find ourselves in when we feel stuck, right? Motivational speech can move you for maybe a few minutes or a few hours or a few days, but then you get back into that state of being stuck and you need to find your internal key, how to unlock it, how to unlock that greater you. So I'm sharing today with you a painting, Brave as a Lion, which can remind you that this lion is within you. And in front of you, at the end of the painting, you will see these pieces of rocks, which requires you to tap into your inner bravery, to move on, to step onto these rocks and just go on, move with the flow of life and have that great vision for the future. So the first thing you need to have if you want to get unstuck and get inspired, what you need to master in your life is that firstly you need to have a vision for the future, because if you don't have a vision for the future, you don't have nothing to feel inspired by or nothing to strive for. So having a vision for the future means that you see yourself in the future at a certain position, in a certain state, having certain things, achieving something, whatever it is, whatever can brighten up yourself. You know, in the past I had my vision for the future that I'm doing videos on YouTube, that I'm creating art, that I'm sharing my art all around the world, that I'm selling my art all around the world, because I wanted to make a living out of doing what I love. That was my vision for the future. And once that vision started coming true, I needed to create a new vision, so I have something to strive for. Now my vision is that I want to see a world of happy people, I want to see a world of inspired people, I want to see a world where people are more loving, more compassionate, and that's now my vision for the future. And whatever can I provide to make it happen, I feel inspired to do that. So you see, once we have a clear vision for the future, we'll already feel more inspired, but still there will be days where we will feel stuck and we will feel unmotivated, and it doesn't matter how clear our vision for the future is. we will feel unmotivated to do that. So I've learned that in those days I need to have a great plan for the day, because sometimes we just feel like our mind is all over the place, and especially if you're more creative person and maybe what we call an introvert, you may think a lot, you may overthink a lot, right? And often when we go too deep into overthinking, we find ourselves all over the place, but our body is here in this moment, right? So with our bodies, we are not doing much, but our minds are all over the place. And that's where we feel exhausted, we feel drained, even though we physically haven't done anything. So to have a plan for your day, from morning to evening, it will help you to organize your mind as well. Your mind will follow your plan. So to me, it truly helped me when I've started to organizing my day. It doesn't mean that you become really strict to your plan, but you have, for example, an organized morning, you have a morning routine, you have a midday routine, and you have before bed routine. And later I will talk more about it. But to have a plan for your day, it means that even before you go to sleep, you know how will you start your day. Because if you don't know how will you start your day, you will wake up and you will just do however your body will feel like. And sometimes we maybe don't have the best possible sleep. We wake up feeling a bit tired, a bit dizzy, and we just don't want to do anything. But if we have a great plan for how will we start our day, for example, doesn't matter how will I sleep, every single morning the first thing I will do is that I will go outside for a run or for a walk. If I truly doesn't feel right for a run, at least I will go for a walk, for a long walk into nature, and after a few minutes I just feel like I'm a completely new person. And then I have a plan, I will journal, and then I will film a video, and I create that momentum. You know, when we create momentum, we shift our state of being. We go from feeling stuck to start doing something. And every time we start doing something, just it feels like energy hits us, higher energy hits us. Now you're ready to work. Here's more energy for you. That's what our bodies do, and it means that when you have a plan and you start following your plan, here and there things will come which will move you out of your plan. That's why you need to be adaptable. But if you have a certain plan for your day and you follow it and you create that momentum, even when it doesn't feel like it feels like you don't want to do that, you still do it. You create a momentum. You say today you will paint, today you will draw, today you will write, today you will talk with that person. You still do it. Even if you feel a bit more tired, a bit more exhausted, you do it. Maybe in a easier tempo, or you know, you don't force yourself, but you still create that momentum. You will see that it will be much easier to get from that state of being stuck to feel more inspired. And of course, because you will see that you're doing something, you will awaken a bit more dopamine in your brain, which is like a molecule for feeling good, feeling satisfied, and suddenly you will feel better. So having a plan for your day and following your plan will help you to get unstuck and feel more motivated. Then the third thing, as I mentioned before, having morning, midday, and before bed routine. This is so important, and it changed my life completely, because if we have only a plan and we are following only our plans, we become like robots, right? We need to have certain routines and certain rituals so we remind ourselves of who we are and why we are doing what we are doing. So in the morning, my routine is always, firstly, as I said, I go for a run or for a walk, I do a workout. And then I meditate. Meditation is always a part of my morning routine. If I can, I will do it outside because that's where I feel the most grounded, and that's where I set intentions for my day, and that's where I express gratitude for my past, for my present, and also for the future, what I want to experience in my life. I express gratitude as it's already present. That's how I tap into the vibration of already having it. So that's my morning routine. And my midday routine, in the middle of the day, I get into a state where I feel a bit tired. And in the past I was going to sleep at that time, but now I like to go to meditate again, because I notice that I'm not actually tired. My mind becomes maybe too much in different projects. I fall too deep into certain projects, and I experience a sense of exhaustion. So I just need to ground my mind. So I go to meditate. This is my midday routine. I go to meditate. If possible in nature, if not possible, I find a quiet space, or I go somewhere in a certain room at my home. I put into my ears some peaceful, beautiful music, and I just go into a deep state of meditation, a deep, calm state of meditation for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour, and after that, I will feel like a new person. And then I have before bed routine, which is, again, sometimes it's meditation, sometimes it's gratitude, often it is, again, walk in the nature. And before bed, I always make sure that I have a designed plan for how I want to start the next day, because the morning routine actually starts with before bed routine, right? You know how will you start your day, because when the days come where we feel unmotivated, uninspired, those are the days where you need to have a certain where you need to create a certain structure for how will you start your day. That's what will shift completely your behaviors when it comes to moving yourself and truly going from that state of being stuck to create a momentum and do what is important to you. The fourth thing, which is so important, when we come from, we've created a plan, we have a vision for the future, we've designed our morning, midday, and before bed routine, there is a purpose, right? If we don't have a purpose why we are doing all of that, we will quit really soon, right? So start living your life more purposefully. And it doesn't mean that you need to become a great mystic or a great teacher or a guru or whatever, but it means that whatever you do it with a certain purpose. For example, if you're an artist, your purpose is to finish that painting. If you are like whoever you are, you have a purpose to finish that certain project. Maybe it's cleaning your room, or taking care of the things around your house, or whatever it is, or maybe something for the school you want to study, whatever. And you have something, you have a certain purpose you want to create. Do it from start to finish. Have purpose. Walk purposefully. If you know that you have something to provide for humanity, that's already a purpose. Do it. If you will design your life from morning to evening purposefully, you will feel more motivated to do that, because you will know you're not doing that just for yourself, you're doing that also for people around you. You're not changing yourself, you're also changing people around you. You're raising the vibration of humanity, of Earth, and that's powerful, isn't it? So start living your life more purposefully. And I've made a video about how to find your purpose. You can find it on my channel, The Ancient Practice to Find Your Purpose, which is truly, truly powerful. And again, for example, you want to get deeper into working out, find a workout plan and do it from start to finish. If that's 1 month workout plan, do it from start to finish. That's again a purpose. Be of service, make videos, whatever can help you. I found out for myself, if I'm making videos, that's to me a truly great purpose, because I love to do that. I'm passionate about it. I'm learning more every single day as I'm doing that, and I'm becoming better at that. So to me, it inspires me to keep up. Even when I feel stuck and unmotivated, I create that momentum. I start writing down what I could talk about today, or maybe there's a certain artwork which I know that right now could inspire somebody, or maybe I sense a certain energy right now which more people may sense and I could talk about it, and I create momentum. I start writing things down, what I sense, and suddenly inspiration hit me, and suddenly I get into more empowered, more inspired state of being. So you see, we all may feel stuck, but the question is how well we know how to get unstuck, and how well we're willing to step onto that greater level of being. So start living your life more purposefully. Be of service. If videos may help you, even if you start making videos just for yourself, you start filming yourself, how are you doing right now? And you will see, maybe 1 year later, you will go and watch those videos, and suddenly you will say, oh, I'm changed person right now. Look how much I've grown. And suddenly you have something to share. Suddenly you have something to provide, to give to humanity. Well, I went through those hard moments. I didn't know how to get unstuck, but see, I was doing this and that, and that's what helped me, and that's powerful. The fifth thing, when you feel sad and stuck, acknowledge how you feel and then take your body for a long walk. Why is that? Firstly, when we feel sad and unstuck, it's because we are emotionally truly vulnerable, right? And often if we don't acknowledge that, we feel like we're victims of our environment. But if we pay attention to how we feel and why we feel the way we feel, we may recognize that there are certain triggers that activated the states. And we recognize the triggers, and now we've started tapping deeper into our subconscious programs, which came from our parents, our environment, our ancestors. And that's where we actually start breaking those karmic patterns, if you want to call it that way. We start breaking those DNA patterns, and we start healing our emotional wounds. And if you start acknowledging how you feel at this present moment, if you feel sad and stuck, there will be many answers revealed to you. And journaling will help you to deal with that. Journaling will help you to go deeper into yourself. But then after that, go for a long walk. Why is that? Your body will start releasing endorphins. What are endorphins? They're released during pleasurable activities, and long walks are pleasurable for the body, especially when you feel stuck or sad. You move your body. That's the state where you don't want to move yourself. You want to go into your bed, you want to cry, you don't want to do anything. But that's where a simple walk in nature can be the most pleasurable experience for your body. So your body will start releasing endorphins. Endorphins help relieve pain, reduce stress, and improve your sense of well-being. So you see, you acknowledge how you feel. So you understand why you are where you are, why you feel the way you feel, what are the triggers, what's happening, how you're dealing with relationships in your life, how you're dealing with yourself. So you don't feel victim anymore. You see patterns, what brought you to where you are. And then you move your biological state of being by going into nature for a long walk. And chemically, your body will change and you will feel changes, right? You will feel changed. And that's where you will say, well, I just feel better. Now I want to do something. Because you will recognize something truly important. You will recognize that in each state of being, you are a different person. When you feel sad, stuck, unmotivated, you're a person which is uninspired, unmotivated, and you don't want to do anything. But when you get into a state of being inspired and motivated, you are a really productive person, you're a creative person, you're a social person, you want to talk, you want to express yourself. Then you get into a higher state of being, maybe being fulfilled. That's the state where you just want to share, you just want to give, you just want to help. So when you recognize those different states of being, you can teach yourself to tap into any kind of a state of being you want, and later I will talk about it. The sixth thing you can do to master so you will never feel stuck and unmotivated again is awareness over your social battery. What is social battery? You recognize how much of or when is enough of your social life and when you need to take care of yourself. So this is simple to recognize that if you're spending too much time with other people, you may feel drained and exhausted, and that's how you know that your social battery is running out. But on the other side, if you're spending too much time alone, you may recognize that your social battery is really full and you have a lot of energy to share with somebody. If you're not sharing it, you're getting overwhelmed by all that energy and suddenly you feel stuck again. You feel stuck because you have so much to give, but because you're not giving it, you've closed yourself. So too little of sharing and too much of sharing may be putting you into a state of being stuck and unmotivated. So finding a great balance of our social life and life of being alone and feeling good about being alone and just being our greatest friend, being your greatest friend to yourself will truly make a huge shift in your life. The seventh thing you must master if you want to feel unstuck and motivated and inspired for life is to take care of your limiting beliefs. Those are unconscious programs. If beliefs are records from the past, it's really interesting that our life is always based by those beliefs. So we are living based by beliefs we are carrying within ourselves. Those are unconscious programs. And unconscious programs are set of behaviors, right? As I mentioned before, every state of being has a certain set of behaving. So it means that in every state of being, we are plugged to different beliefs. When you feel sad, stuck, and unmotivated, you have certain beliefs around that state. And when you feel inspired and motivated, you have different beliefs around you which you are holding on. So when you recognize limiting beliefs, you will recognize why you are behaving the way you are behaving. And before I mentioned that you can change your state of being by tapping into the energy of another state of being. And what it means? It means that you ask yourself, for example, how it felt like when you were truly inspired. when you were truly in love with life, how it felt like, what kind of beliefs you were holding on at that state, what were you doing, how truly it felt like at that time. And that's where you start plugging yourself to the vibration of that other state of being, which is also a part of you. Because the thing is, you become what you train yourself to be. So if you start training yourself, plugging into your most favorite state of being, eventually it will become your most natural state of being, right? You feel stuck and unmotivated often just because it became your natural state of being. It became your natural state of being because you're spending the most time in that state. It may not be your fault. Maybe it's because your parents are like that, or people around you are like that. Maybe your friends are like that. And that's where we decide, well, I just want to spend less time with those people, because if I want to change, I need to uplift myself. And uplifting yourself may be much harder if there are so many people which are pulling you down. So put yourself at the first place if you want to upgrade yourself. And recognize how your favorite state of being feels like. I will give you an example. For example, today in the morning I felt a bit unmotivated. I felt a bit tired and stuck, and I know that I'm rejuvenating myself and I had a good sleep, but I still felt unmotivated and uninspired, and I felt like a bit like I would be stuck. So what I did, I went outside. First thing in the morning, I went outside for a long walk, and I've started asking myself how I feel when I'm making videos, how I feel when I serve, how I feel when I'm creating art. And suddenly I've started sensing that rise of energy in my body, and then I just needed to repeat it until I truly sensed it, until I fully plugged myself into that energy. And what I've sensed, my body posture changed, my facial expression changed, the way I walk changed, the way I feel completely changed. And suddenly in that state of being, I start thinking completely different thoughts. I have completely different beliefs. I feel more aligned with myself. I feel more aligned with life. And I just feel better. I feel more inspired. I feel more grounded. And that's, to me, you know, the state of being. I mean, when I'm filming videos, when I'm doing what I love, when I'm painting, when I'm, you know, helping others. This is my favorite state. I truly love to feel that way. And when I'm asking myself how it feels like, I tap into the memory of that state of being and I awaken it. That's where we start elevating our emotional body, and we shift our vibrational state onto a completely different level. That's where we actually start self-regulating our emotional state, and that's where, according to epigenetic, we start activating completely new genes in our body. We shift our DNA and we become a new person. And you can do it as well. Ask yourself how your favorite state of being feels like. And maybe at the beginning you will not be able to do it in a walk or doing a walk, so do it in meditation. Go into meditation, relax your body, relax your mind, breathe in, breathe out, enjoy, and then ask yourself how it feels like. And tap deeper into it, feel it even more, and feel it even more, and feel it even more, until it becomes like your natural state. And you will lose it, but you will know that you can tap again into it. And during the time and practice, you know, as you're repeating it and trying it and doing it over and over again, you will become better at it. And if you remind yourself that you become what you train yourself to be, if you will be training yourself to tap into your favorite state of being, someday in the future, it will become your natural state and you will be completely changed. So you will say goodbye to feeling stuck and unmotivated. And even when you will feel stuck and unmotivated, you will just know what to do. And that's so powerful. So limiting beliefs are part of your certain state of being. You can change that. Change your state of being and you will let go of limitations. But if it feels impossible for you, it's because your beliefs are not allowing you to change. So start upgrading your belief system. Start reading books which can inspire you. Start listening more of inspiring information, videos, like maybe this video can help you. Start listening stories and reading about stories of people which have changed themselves that way, so you can recognize that you can change the set of beliefs you're holding on, and that's how you will change the set of unconscious behaviors and you will become a new person. And the last thing I want to mention is identity shift. That's what will happen when you will start doing all of what we're talking today. Identity shift. So identity is your self story, who you think you are, who you believe that you are. And all of your self-talk that is happening 95% of a day unconsciously is a product of your identity. And to shift your identity means that you change your life story, what you think about yourself, what you believe about yourself. You can change all of that. And there are stories about how you think the life works, how you think the universe works, what is God or divine power or anything, even stories about science and whatever you're reading. You know, you can always upgrade the stories, and that's how will you upgrade your identity. But firstly, you need to let go of the old one, what is not serving you. Identify what is limiting you, what is putting you into that state of being stuck, what is not helping you to change. And whatever you're doing, ask yourself, is it supporting the version of myself that I want to become or that I'm meant to become? And if the answer is no, well, it's time to let go of that and learn what else could help you. Reading books on that topic and watching videos and listening stories about that can help you. But never use information just to feed your motivation. Use information to teach yourself, but learn to awaken motivation within you by yourself, on your demand, with the work that we're talking today about. And if again I go through the whole video, firstly, if you don't have a vision for the future, you don't have nothing to feel inspired about or by, and you have nothing to feel inspired or to strive for. Plan your day from morning to evening. Have a certain plan. Doesn't mean that you become truly strict to it, but have a certain plan. What will you do in the morning? How will you start your day? How you want to take care of your mind, of your body, of your emotions, of your diet, of your social life, and so on. Have a certain plan and read some books about it if it can help you. Think and Grow Rich is a great book, old book, but great book about that. And there's many great books, how to develop habits and so on. The third thing is have a morning, midday, and before bed routine so you can check yourself, how you're doing, and you can take time for your spirit, for your heart, to, you know, to ground yourself and to just become a better friend to yourself, to listen to yourself, to be there for yourself. And before bed routine is really important because that's where you start your morning routine as well. You make sure that you know how will you start your morning and you relax your brain so the quality of your sleep can improve. and that's what will make a huge change in your life. The fourth thing, start living more purposefully. The fifth thing, when you feel sad and stuck, acknowledge how you feel and take your body for a long walk to release endorphins. The sixth thing, awareness over your social battery, which will help you to recognize when is enough of your social life and also when is enough of your alone life. Creating great balance between these two. The seventh thing, recognizing your limiting beliefs, unconscious programs, and plugging yourself to your most favorite state of being. And the last one, identity shift, which will happen by itself if you will do that work, but still, you can change your identity by information you perceive and by the things you want to believe about yourself, the things you're practicing, and the things you're letting go. That's what is shifting your identity. So, my friends, once you master all of that, you will never feel stuck and unmotivated again. And even if you will do, you will know what to do to get unstuck, to get motivated, to get inspired, and to be the change that you wish to see. So this is it for today, my friends. I'm wishing you a beautiful path of life. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Brave as a Lion. Thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop. I Draw My Passion is the name of it. You can find it there. And I love you all, my friends. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings and power. Have a beautiful day, and till next time, one love.